predominantly gotten better. So I think there's been a nice vibe. I feel like what we were seeing, my company, and when I say I can grow, that's because business is doing better, right? I can't go hiring 5 people to work for me if I can't feed myself on what I'm doing. So that has moved. I would say consumer confidence has been up, and I don't see much of a difference or a decline. I remember in February, we really thought this was going to be our best year in real estate, and I really actually believe it still is in real estate going to be one of my best years in people making a move, because what we have is I don't think people are educated. The conversation is happening, whether with people like yourself and thinking through what that is. There's more data. So the interest rates are lower, our inventory is lower, and money's affordable. So I'm not really sure how all those, I've heard different statistics. I listen to different people as far as that unemployment. I don't know if you could substantiate this, but I heard even though we have 14% unemployment, who that is impacting is maybe not across. It's a bell curve. It's not like the same people being impacted. So are they the people who are going to lose their jobs, although they're supplying the people who are running the companies, and those people are doing business differently? Is it going to transcend into there's new opportunity and new employment available, just some of the old jobs are not, which we probably have felt, whether it be this administration or it's going to be the next one. And so I think a little bit of the politics that are maybe coming on, and not sure, like, I mean, I have to digest that too. I see they did a refi. I don't know if it was, you all felt this in Texas, but they did refinances, and like interest rates for a 30-year fixed refi went below 2%. Everybody and their brother went to refi their house, and that was like the beginning of March, pre us shutting down. I don't think our lenders would have been able to keep up with a spring market, a traditional spring market, because they were so inundated with the volume of originating loans for the under 2 refi people. So now they were busy, and then I think that impacted some of the banks and lending, and then we have this, and we're still keeping, I mean, there was a 30-year fix, buy a house at 2.75, a conventional 30-year fix at 2.75 blows my mind. I mean, blows my mind. We look at it historically and say, okay, in the 80s, it might have been 16%. Money is so cheap. So we play with this, and I say, you know, with the Federal Reserve, at some point, when does the feds have to make more money? So we either have inflation or we have this recession. They can't keep lending, like, where you have nothing. How are we going to support our economy? And it has been fine. The trend has been that we're keeping that flex in, but I mean, it would be, you know, how is all of this going to impact? It has to show itself at some point. So are we all just living in that moment that it still feels good and okay, even with COVID-19? Because some of those people, it's people with equity in their house, and people still have to move. How does our government balance some of that out? So I would say every year has felt great. This year is going to feel great. I think the traditional spring market, we're probably going to feel in the fall, because those people who maybe didn't put their house on the market and were feeling traditionally and some looky-loos and what a traditional spring market feels like. And in Colorado, Colorado is 50,000 over ask, multiple offers, and that's a norm. At some point, that's going to have to switch. So our inventory is going to come up, and we're going to have to see this play out. How quickly? But for my conversation with my team is, it feels good now. We are fine. I've applied for the PPP, but I haven't seen any of that. I have Wells Fargo. I'll throw them under the bus if any chance. They just have not processed or got anything. We have been fine. I kept saying, we were so busy because we showed up and went to work. There are some people who stopped working and decided, as realtors, or is anything, I don't need to do anything. We just went to work harder. We're working longer days. So I assume that's the case. That kept us going. I was thinking everyone got their surplus, people under 75,000 a year were getting $1,200, people with kids, they felt good, they were spending money. They would be like, okay, so then that pivots, and I was like, this might catch up to us. I don't know how long this is gonna play out and when we're gonna feel maybe the pain, but we're being buffered that working from home and not having to do things. Some people are like unemployment and the stimulus maybe is better than my job. So I'm thinking that aftermath, you know, in the tsunami, it fluxes in and then pulls it up. Like, where are we going to feel this and when? But I would assume it has to play out. We are going to feel this later, but we're not feeling it right now. For me, anyway.